This video is for the color walk lady. Kate's her name. She's dealing with Hashimoto's, endometriosis, PCOS, ADHD, depression, anxiety. That's a shit ton of shit to deal with. But the good news is there's so much you can do. Your color walk is an amazing tool, and you can be so proud of yourself that you're actually doing this. It improves mindfulness and brings you back to the moment. If you want to get rid of all these symptoms, then we have to go deeper, because all of what you've described has underlying issues you can totally get rid of, because estrogen dominance is usually the root cause of endometriosis paired with inflammation. Inflammation plays a massive role in PCOS paired with insulin resistance. Hashimoto's is your thyroid crying for help. And although you feel like you hate your body, and probably you feel like your body hates you, please, your body doesn't hate you. It screams for help. The symptoms you're having is your body's literally banging on the door. Listen to me. Listen, listen, listen. And I know it's so fucking hard to listen, because if you have no idea where to start and nobody's actually telling you that these are literally just signs and there's so much you can do, how would you know? And too often doctors prescribe just band-aid solutions instead of actually going deeper to the root cause, because you can take a massive amount of pills. It will not help you at the end of the day. You need to take charge of your health. And if you do that, I promise you, I can make you a promise that most of the symptoms you are having can be put into remission, including depression. Let's cut to the chase. If you haven't noticed yet, it's going to be a long video, so bear with me. When it comes to endo, PCOS, Hashimoto's, doesn't matter what it is, the first thing I would do is start with the food and mood log. This helps identify which foods trigger inflammation and cause symptoms to flare up. Once you know what your body doesn't tolerate well, you can start eliminating those foods. No, not limiting. You have to eliminate them, because if your body can't handle them right now for whatever reason, they just don't do you a favor and they create inflammation. So the very first step in reducing inflammation, because endometriosis is largely driven by inflammation, excess estrogen, is to figure out what is it that creates inflammation within my body. And your body will give you signs. Write down what you eat and how you feel afterwards. Are you bloated? Are you sluggish? Do you get rashes? Do you get pimples somewhere? Are you constipated? Do you get diarrhea? Just do you feel like absolute crap? All of these symptoms will tell you, well, that might be something I need to cut out. And the biggest offenders on this planet right now are dairy and gluten. Other things can trigger it as well. There are so many preservatives and additives that are linked to depression that might not do you a favor. Watch what you're eating, write down what it is, how you're feeling, and then you can make a decision. Do I really want to continue to feel like this? Or do I eliminate those foods and start living a better life? Right after this, or at the same time, I would focus on liver detoxification, because the liver plays a crucial role in eliminating excess estrogen. And again, excess estrogen is in the root cause of endometriosis, and supporting your detox pathways is just essential. I would include specific supplements like N-acetylcysteine, known as NAC, along with milk thistle or dandelion root, and also make sure that you eat foods that are naturally supportive for liver detox, such as eggs, citrus fruits, bitter greens. And in this case, because you have Hashimoto's, I would avoid cruciferous vegetables, or at least limit them heavily and focus on other nutrient-dense options. And I would also transition to a high protein diet, making sure you gradually increase also fiber intake. This tip is important for gut health, which also impacts estrogen clearance, because your liver metabolizes this, but the excess estrogen has to go out somewhere, and there we talk about gut health. A strong gut ensures that estrogen is eliminated properly rather than being reabsorbed into the body. For protein, I would prioritize eggs and red meat. Yes, red meat, especially for iron content, which is often very low in women with endometriosis. To enhance iron absorption, I would also eat plenty of vitamin C rich foods like berries and citrus fruits, because you need vitamin C to absorb iron into the cells. And every now and then I would include beef liver for its incredible nutrient density. Another key focus would be omega-3 intake. Omega-3 fatty acids help reduce inflammation, so I would prefer getting them from natural sources like wild-caught fish rather than supplements. But if you don't like fish at all, opt for supplements. At the same time, I would heavily reduce seed oils, which are high in omega-6. And this can contribute to inflammation fairly a lot, actually. The goal is here to create a better balance between omega-3 and omega-6 to lower overall inflammation in the body. You might also want to align your nutrition with your menstrual cycle. In the follicular phase, go low carb, high fat, high protein, and then in your luteal phase, I would gradually increase my carbohydrate intake with whole food sources like sweet potatoes and rice and squash or things like this. This shift supports serotonin and dopamine production, which are crucial in the second half of your cycle. And because natural healing takes time, I would stick for all of that at least for 6 months, allowing your body time to lower inflammation, balance hormones, and start healing. In addition to the diet, I would also focus on eliminating processed foods as much as possible, since they're often high in preservatives, additives, and seed oils, which only add to the inflammation burden. And I know it's a hell lot of things I just told you. Start slowly, start with upping your protein. Eat at least 30 grams per meal, at least. More is better in that case. Start slowly but steadily. And if you need support, I'm here. Just ask. You really don't have to suffer through all of this. I promise you, you can get better. Is it easy? No, it's not. I get it. And trust me, I've been there. I have that much crap myself. But if I can heal, if I can, you can too.